That is what the ABCC is designed
I give
to
the
fix.
call member for Ben.
Deputy Speaker, I also rise to speak against this motion. I'm happy to put on the record that I didn't receive any money from the CFMMEU, but it's good to see it went to some good purposes. The construction industry is one of the largest employing industries at around 8.7% of the Australian workforce. This is over 1.17 million people, and this figure is projected to grow by over 66,000 workers over the 5 years to November 2026. Furthermore, the Reserve Bank of Australia forecasts the sector to be worth over $424 billion in revenue in 2021 to 22. Deputy Speaker, with such a sizable workforce that could contribute so significantly to the Australian economy, it is extraordinary how we currently undermine building workers with different laws and regulations than any other industry. They are the only industry with specific unfair workplace relations legislation, and all under the guise of improving productivity. The previous government established yet again the Australian Building and Construction Commission, an accompanying code for the tendering and performance of building work. The very name of the Act that re-established the two is the Building and Construction Industry Improving Productivity Act. The stated aim of the Act is to provide an improved workplace relations framework for building work, to ensure that building work is carried out fairly, efficiently and productively, without distinction between interests of building industry participants, for the benefit of all building industry participants and the Australian economy as a whole. If this is the Act's aim, the Building and Construction Industry Act is one of the least successful pieces of legislation in Australian history. Incredibly, since its re-establishment in 2016, the ABCC has overseen a decline in productivity growth in construction. It has failed the key performance indicator that was apparently established for. But in addition, critical issues such as poor work health and safety, non-compliance with wages and entitlements obligations, unpaid subcontractors and sham contracting continue to plague the industry. What we have seen is a highly politicised and discredited ABCC target workers purely for ideological reasons. They've been more concerned with dismantling unions, harassing and punishing workers over trivial nonsense such as union logos on a helmet or a poster. It's proven it's an unnecessary body and a waste of taxpayers' money. The government went to the election with a promise to end the unfair treatment of building and construction workers, and we intend to achieve that. We understand that the best way to increase productivity in the industry is better cooperation between employers and employees, a relationship built on mutual trust and respect rather than conflict. Importantly, building workers should be subject to the same laws and regulations as all other workers. We have the Fair Work Act and the Fair Work Ombudsman to enforce it across all industries, and the construction industry should be no exception. There won't be a shortfall in workplace relations regulation within the industry. Now, Deputy Speaker, over the last couple of months, we've been fortunate to listen to some wonderful first speeches from across the chamber. However, there seems to be another rite of passage for some in our parliament. If they really want to be properly initiated, they need to have spoken about the CFMMEU, whether their day-to-day lives outside this place have anything to do with workplace relations or the construction industry. This contrasts with the approach taken by the government at the recent Jobs and Skills Summit and by the industry itself. In recent months, in both national and regional forums, employers and unions have come together with government to address common challenges. The grown-ups in the room want to engage in constructive and cooperative politics. The time for the politics of polarisation are over.
I thank the member.